Well, I just took a shower and my eyes are really sensitive to sunlight right now, so let's not stay near the window while doing my video right now. Um, hmm. Alrighty then, before we start this video, this isn't a video. This is the video I've been talking to you guys about, how I'm going to be deleting What If Naruto Was Neglected to make a new one. Quite honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Your boy Lotus, I wouldn't say I did much planning for this, but it's still gonna turn out fire. But anyways, make something clear. There's gonna be different cultures. Like Naruto World will still have its cultures. It's just that like the races, basically. I don't know how to explain it, but like you'll understand once I say it. So basically, so first off, the sand. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my brother. The Sand Village is should I give you guys a name to call me apart from Lotus? I'll give you the nickname my parents call me by and my family. I mean, like, it's not really that important to me as much as my actual name, so just call me Sejo. It's not really that hard. You could just call me that. I'm cool with you guys calling me that. It's not really that hard. So, yeah. It's Sergio. Yeah, that's how you spell it. I know it's spelled Sergio, but like in my language, it's Sejo to make it easier. So yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, the Sand Village will be like kind of like Egyptians. They'll basically have like Egyptian gods and stuff like that. So yeah. One thing you guys need to understand. If I'm writing God inside one of my what ifs and I put a capital G, it's an accident, so please remind me to turn it to a lowercase g. Thank you very much. Secondly, for the village hidden in the clouds, they're monks, so they're Buddhists. So yeah. So I hope that comes into check with y'all. So yeah, so let's start with when Naruto was no, let me make something clear. In this one, Kushina has brown hair instead of red. So no. One of Kushina's relatives had brown hair. Yes. Yep. All right then. That's perfect. Got it. So, anyways, Naruto's hair is still gonna be spiky. Well, until I feel like bringing it down. But anyways, this one's gonna be a doozy. So we start off when Naruto was 2. While Naruto was 2, he was always taking care of Kushina, because Kushina, she was about to have kids. Not just one this time, but 2. Twins, to be exact. As in this time, he's been cooking, cleaning, and doing basically basic housework for Kushina while Minato's not home. So, basically, he's been the caretaker of Kushina, who has no caretaker while in pregnancy. So, yeah. So, we skip to at least a month. Like, she's currently 6 months pregnant, and Jiraiya came. He talked to them about the whole savior of the village and stuff like that, and the reincarnation of one of the sages, 6 past sons and stuff like that. So yeah, so that happened, as basically they've always been praising Naruto and stuff like that, and Kakashi's thinking, oh, that's probably one of my kids. So they already took the name of Naruto from one of his books, not the one exactly about the whole savior of the world and stuff like that, but still one of his books. As they said, maybe we could name one of our kids name our kids after this one. As this one, there's 2. There's one that represents Indra and one that represents Ashura, but nobody knows that, alright? Not even the sage. So, one that represents Indra, his name is Kinato, and the one that represents Ashura is Kushi. Alright, I'll make a female now. The ship, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't have a ship in mind. I don't have a ship in mind. like whatsoever. Like I don't have a fucking ship. So, anyways, we're gonna let that slide. We don't care about that right now. But anyways, so when Naruto was younger, he's always wanted to make his parents proud. So yeah, you can see where this is going. Yeah, he's always wanted to make his parents proud and not give them any trouble. So he's not really that hyperactive kid and stuff like that. He doesn't have that crush on Sakura. Yeah, he doesn't. He's more focused on training on making his parents proud. He's not training as hard as he will be in the future, but still. And I won't make it so that he will be doing that extra that hard to understand training I'd be saying. So I honestly don't think it's that hard to understand. It's quite easy, but still he won't be doing that training. So, anyways, he'll be doing like the basics training, like the ones that Rock Lee did and Guy did. So, yeah, but he won't be doing it now. Naruto, he does the regular push-ups and stuff like that, and yeah. So, Naruto, he does that, and he trains his chakra control. It's not the best, but it's about average. So yeah, one more thing about like the chakra natures. Alright, every element you can think of that's a chakra nature, also a chakra release. So yeah, because quite honestly, I can't differentiate between chakra nature and releases, and quite honestly, I don't like that. So yeah, chakra releases. Let's just say that we could use them to combine with the chakra natures to make them a little bit stronger. But anyways, so you can make any combinations and stuff like that. So yeah, unless you wanna, but you can combine chakra nature and chakra nature, but it's gonna be kind of fucking hard. It's really hard unless like they're meant for each other, like fire and earth, which make lava. So yeah. So Naruto won't be having the Nine Tails or anything. So yeah, I'll be making that clear. So the day Kushina had labor, she had the two kids, the whole bomb explosion happened. But this time Naruto was caught in the explosion. But something about Naruto was different. Naruto, well, it wasn't something different about Naruto or anything like that. So Kushina was already taken and stuff like that. So yeah, the one that saved Naruto from that explosion was actually Itachi. Now, in this time, Itachi has just awakened the bone frame of his Susano. So yeah, so he saved Naruto. He was kind of in his Anbu gear as he said, "Hey kid, are you okay?" As Naruto looked up and said, "Yeah, I'm fine." As Itachi lifted him up and took him out and said, "Well then, you should probably go find your mom or go home." As Naruto nodded and he walked home. See, it's kind of hard being a 2-year-old just walking home, isn't it? It is. Alright, so then he got home, saw Kushina on the bed, passed out. As you know, Naruto, being Naruto, wanted to make his parents proud. Son put on the apron, he went to the stove and he started cooking some food. He made some katsudon and he gave it to her. So she ate it quick and then she ran off and she said, "Naruto, stay here." And that will be the last time she remembers Naruto. Yeah, I'm dead ass now. So yeah, so so she does that, and yeah. So she takes care of Naruto many more. I know this is a fate, I'm fucking slow. I know it's a Fate character from the Fate series. See, your boy can't remember every Fate series that he's watched, but one I'm certain I watched was, Fate Infinite Blade Works. Yeah. Quite honestly, I kind of don't like the Fate series. Like, how they massacring my boy Shiro Emiya. This man's gone through a lot. But still, such is life, right? But anyways, like, his name is so hard to say. I don't even want to think about it. We're not going to talk about his name. I'm not thinking about his name whatsoever. So, Deku, he does that. Alright? So, he just stays home, sit there, just waiting. So, we cut back to the battlefield. This time, they were there and stuff like that. The whole stabbing of Kushina and Kakashi didn't happen. They did that to shadow clones. Um, so yeah, since Minato is Hokage, he can use the scroll of sealing. Well, it's if he gets authority from the what the fuck, the council, right? Isn't it the council? Yeah, the council, the Hidden Leaf Council. And yeah, so he got it from the council, and so he got permission. So he only need to take one technique, and the technique he chose was not the flying Raijin. It was the shadow clone technique, and he taught it to Kushina exactly how it looked inside the scroll, and she learned it too. So they used shadow clones, and yeah, so they did that, and that happened. So they sealed him away and stuff like that. They didn't need the Reaper. They told the Shadow Clone to use the Reaper Death Seal. I don't know how that works. It just does. All right, we're just gonna say it does. All right, we're gonna deny logic in Naruto. All right. Anytime I'm making a what if, you need to understand Lotus. What if he denies the logic of the world? All right, unless it's a world like My Hero, because that shit is something you can bypass easily, anyways. So yeah, or the One Punch Man world, but still, such is life. Naruto, he just stays home. Like 1 hour later, after the whole fight, they got home and they started taking care of the kid and stuff like that, completely neglecting Naruto, who was wondering if they're okay and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Like when Naruto went to bandage them up, they just pushed him away like he didn't even exist. And Naruto felt kind of sad by this, but he didn't care. Which he found that to be like an even more bigger drive to, well, push him. He thought that his parents didn't acknowledge him, so he felt like, I'll get my parents' acknowledgement. So yeah. So Naruto, he does that, and yeah. So it's when Kushina and Minato are asleep that Naruto actually bandages them up, and then early in the morning Naruto leaves while leaving food for them and leaving a letter. But when they woke up, they didn't even bother to read the letter. They just crumbled it and threw it away, thinking it was like a piece of garbage or some shit like that. So yeah. So Naruto, he went to train in the forest where Itachi trained with Sasuke with the whole kunai throwing thing. So Naruto, he has a hard time doing it. Like he has a hard time doing it. Since, well, he's short. He doesn't have really long arms to, well, strengthen his stuff. So it's kind of hard for him. And Naruto does this every day until he is 7, until he's 6 actually. Yeah. Until he is 6. So Naruto, he's been doing this until he is 6, and it was when he was turning 6, the day he turned 6, that he met Itachi, and Itachi noticed him and the boy, and he says, "Hey, you're that kid I saved a few years ago." As Naruto says, "It was you, mister?" As basically Itachi says, "Yeah, it was me." As Naruto, he got a good friendship with Kakashi. No, not Kakashi. Itachi. My bad. If I sound kind of gloomy or anything, I'm kind of bored. My joints feel kind of stiff, so yeah. So Naruto, he does that, and he proceeds to keep training. How long has it been? I feel like a failure at this moment because I'm not doing as good. So Naruto, he does that, and continues to train every day, until he's 12 and he's 13 and his siblings are 11. And this is when he's taking the Chunin exams. Because Naruto, he could have easily passed the test to become a ninja in the Chunin exam and stuff like that. He became a ninja already with Minato and stuff and he's in Kakashi's team and stuff like that. And basically every time Naruto goes around in the village, everybody calls him out, or basically talks to him as if he's his siblings or his dad. Everybody Anytime somebody notices them, they say, "Oh, isn't that the son of the two children heroes, or the child of Red Death, and the fourth Hokage, or stuff like that?" So yeah, Naruto, he really gets annoyed by this, since that basically, because not only does that actually hurt his pride, thinking that people only know him by his parents or his siblings, but people started pushing their ambitions onto Naruto. Like, "Oh, I want you to become a great ninja," and stuff like that. And Naruto doesn't like this, because the only reason he probably would have became a ninja was to earn his parents' approval, which he won't be earning until they actually remember he's fucking alive. But that time will be too late. So Naruto, he does that, and yeah. So this time I'm gonna be pushing the Uchiha massacre a little forward to when Naruto is 14. So yeah, he's currently 13. So he told Iruka Sensei that he wants to wait for his siblings to come in. Iruka, he acknowledged him, and he said alright, but he had to talk to Lord Third about this, and Lord Third acknowledged it, and he said alright, sure. So they took the tuning exams together, and basically now it's time for Kinato and Kushi's fight. So they succeed. Like, their fights were before Naruto, and right when they won, Kushina and Minato took them and said, "Alright, let's go home." As Naruto said, "Oh, wait, what about me?" As his parents didn't even bat an eye to him, not even turned around to look at him. They just continued walking to go home. As Naruto saw that he didn't get their approval. Or did he actually get anything from them? To the point where Naruto, he was neglected to the point, like, since he was 5, he was being neglected to the point that they didn't even feed him. They don't even remember his existence. They didn't remember to feed him. Like, even if he walks past Kushina or Minato or stuff like that, it's like they don't even acknowledge him. It's as if he's just a wandering ghost in the house. Like, the house is haunted, and he's the ghost. So Naruto, he felt pretty ashamed by this, as if he'll never earn his parents' approval, which kind of made him sad. But he didn't mind it, because he thought of it as an even bigger push. Up until now, he saw, oh, so they don't see me, huh? So Naruto, he does the Chunin exams in a sad tone, and he's about to leave. As Iruka Sensei and the third noticed that Naruto didn't look so good. As basically, they went and said, "Naruto, are you okay?" As Naruto nods and says, "Yeah, I'm fine," giving them that not so bright smile as he usually does. Well, it's a big smile, but not as bright or happy. As they felt kind of sad, but it doesn't matter. So they did that. Now, it's Naruto's 14th birthday. Naruto, he's been locked out the house multiple times, to the point where he doesn't even bother going inside the house. But when he does go inside the house, it's very rarely. So today's one of the days where he goes inside the house, because it's his birthday. Now, immediately when he walks in, he sees his parents holding gifts, and he thinks it's for him, but he sees them give it to his siblings, and his parents are singing happy birthday to them. His siblings are clapping and stuff like that. As Naruto, he's crying silently, and he says, "But it's my birthday. Those are supposed to be my gifts. It's not even their birthday." As Naruto, he immediately runs out the house into the forest, and it was nighttime at this moment. It was nighttime, since Kushina and Minato had things to do, so they could only do it now. As Naruto, he runs into the forest where Itachi is. He's slowly dying. And this one, Itachi's disease is much worse. Yeah, the disease he has is much worse. He's dying much quicker. Yeah, so he dies much quicker in this one, so Sasuke doesn't kill him just after the Uchiha massacre and stuff like that. So yeah, that happens. And so Naruto, he dips. As Itachi, He's about to die, and that's when Naruto appears. As he sees Itachi on the floor, he says, "Itachi, what's wrong?" As Itachi says, "Naruto, come here." As Naruto goes and says, "What's wrong? How can I help you?" As Itachi says, "You can't. I have a disease. I'm about to die. I want you to take my eyes." As Naruto said, "But why me?" As he says, "You're the person I can trust the most. You'll also get my memories. So in the future, if you ever see Sasuke, tell him I'm sorry and the truth." As Naruto, he's crying. He's bawling on Itachi as he says, "Okay," as Itachi slowly dies, giving out his last breath. As he dies, Naruto, he notices this. I'm still confused about how niggas in Naruto can still use their eyes, especially niggas like, yo, how you just snatch your eyes, bro? What about the, yo, I don't understand. You have veins in your eyes. How are you not losing them shits? Do you not have any veins, any nerves in your eye? Like, bro, how does that work? But anyways, he takes his eyes, and he takes Itachi's eyes as Naruto. Test. This is kind of bad. This is kind of not gonna work it, but still. Naruto, I know you're supposed to do it with somebody else's help, but yeah. As basically Naruto runs. He's running. Like, he doesn't know where he's going, he's just running. Due to the fact that, well, the person he's looked up to the most, Itachi, just fucking died. He died. And his parents don't even remember his existence and his birthday. And basically, he just runs. As while he's running, Naruto gets tired. And he says, "I guess it's time." So Naruto, he takes out his eyes, yelling a whole lot, giving out blood-curdling screeches, as he puts in Itachi's eyes, as he wraps them in bandages that he has, as he continues running. Naruto, he's running unknowingly. He's running to an unknown location that he doesn't even know where he's going. So Naruto, he just runs, and runs. As he just feels like he bumps into something, and it's a tree. Naruto's thinking that it's a village or something like that. It's not, it's just a tree. As Naruto, he brushes his hand up and down on the surface, and he sees, oh, it's a tree. As Naruto, he continues running. Since he currently can't use his eyes, he's kind of blind. He just put in Itachi's eyes, and it seems that his nerves have to get used to the eye. Now, Naruto just continues and runs. He runs and runs. Let's skip to under the bandages. Under the bandages, Naruto's eyes turn to this. He gets the 1 tomoe, 2 tomoe, 3 tomoe. And his eyes turn from this to this. Then it goes from that, and Naruto's eyes turn back to this, and they turn back to their normal blue color. Well, gold, exactly. It's gold now. It's no longer blue, it's gold. As Naruto runs. As his eyes are a dirty gold. It's not as bright gold as you see in the picture right here. It's like a dirty gold, due to him having a little bit of depression. I'm joking. It's that color of gold. I'm not giving him that sadness. I'm not doing that to him. So, Naruto, he just runs. He continues to run. Running through the whole forest, actually. He's near the sand village. But he doesn't know the directions. So Naruto, being tired and all, and hungry, he passes out. And you may be wondering, Naruto should have died a long time ago due to starvation. No, it was Itachi feeding him. Itachi would bring some food with him each time and give it to Naruto. He'd do this every day, and his mother's been wondering why. So one day she snuck out and saw that he was giving it to Naruto, and she smiled and she left. So that happened. So Naruto, he just runs, and he falls asleep. while he falls asleep, he gets the memories of Itachi in his dreams, and he sees all of it as he says, "Oh, so that's what happened." So, yeah. So, well, let's skip to while Naruto's passed out. Naruto, he's been passed out for a month now, actually. Yeah, he's been passed out for a month. As basically, let's skip to like before that month, like when Naruto passed out. When Naruto passed out the next day, we see people traveling, and that's Tamari, Kankuro, and Gaara being escorted. As Tamari, she sees, hey, look, as they see a passed out kid on the floor. As Gaara, he looks at the hair and sees, hey, isn't that the kid that was from the tuning exams? And in this one, Gaara, he has better control of Shukaku, but his dad still hates him because of killing his mom, so yeah. As he said, yeah, and stuff like that. So Gaara is not that bloodthirsty as he is in the anime. Yeah, so now that's taken care of. As Gaara says, lift him up, we're taking him with us. As he said, are you sure? Because Gaara, he doesn't like talking to people other than his siblings. As Gaara said, yeah, take him up, let's go. As basically, two men on their escort take him as they put him down. Alright, I got the ship now, it's Tamari. Hold on. Don't come after me in the comments for the picture I chose for Tamari. I just like the art style, so don't come after me for that. But anyways, where was I? So yeah. So they've been taking care of Naruto for a month. Well, Tamari has. So yeah, she does that for a month. And Naruto, he finally wakes up. She never took off the bandages because she noticed that there was blood around Naruto's eyes. And she thought, shit, something must have happened that, well, he can't use his eyes right now. So Naruto, he finally wakes up and, he knows how to activate the Sharingan and Mangekyo. He doesn't know anything about the Rinnegan or Sharingan or anything like that. So yes. So yeah, that happens. So Naruto, he does that, and let me tell you the abilities of his Sharingan. Still has the basics of the Sharingan. Now let's skip to his Mangekyo. His Mangekyo makes it so that he has 100 times progress, and it's 1,000 times efficiency, 1,000% efficiency. So, yeah. His Rinnegan allows him to see anything within a certain percentage of radius. Well, it depends on how big his chakra pool is. So, yeah. Depending on how much chakra he releases to the outside is how far that it'll go. His Rena Sharingan, basically, it copies any Hidojutsu ability, which means Tenseigan abilities, other Rena Sharingans, Renegans, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's for another time. We're gonna forget that for now. So, anyways, Naruto. You may be wondering, how does Naruto get that brown skin? I mean, like, shit, nigga's gonna be in the sun for a while. Might as well get this nigga some brown skin, right? He not gonna be white no more. He gonna be saying the word nigga left and right. Yo, what's cracking, nigga? I'm joking. He's not gonna do that. But anyways, Naruto, he wakes up like a month later while Tamari is sleeping. As Naruto, he gets up out the bed. As Naruto, he's just walking around, trying to find his way around the place. As Tamari, she wakes up, hearing Naruto stumble on a piece of glass, and the glass broke. As she woke up and says what's going on, as she sees Naruto with bandages wrapped around his eyes. As she goes and grabs him and says, well, where do you want to go? As he says, mirror. As she says, okie dokie, then? I don't know what's wrong. Like, she's thinking he's blind or some shit like that, but he's not. So she takes him to the mirror, as he says, there's a mirror in front of you. As Naruto touches it and feels some glass, he says, okay, as he proceeds to unbandage his face, as Tamari sees that, he's not blind, his eyes are perfectly fine. As Naruto takes off the bandages, his eyes, the golden color you see here, and stuff like that, as Naruto proceeds to, his eyes turn into this. Like, first, the just the dot in the middle, no tomoes. Then the first, then second, and then third tomoe. And then she says, oh, what? Impossible. Is he a Uchiha? As she then sees his eyes turn into this, she says, that's impossible. As she says, hey, are you a Uchiha? As he says, no, this is from a friend that gave it to me. As she says, okay then. Well, do you mind explaining what happened? As Naruto, he's trying to remember what happened, as then he remembers. He says, oh, that happened. As he says, he uncomfortably says, yeah, sure. As she notices this, as she says, well, if you don't want to say it, it's fine. As Naruto says, no, it's fine. You've been taking care of me for how long? As she says, a month. As he says, yeah, I should tell you. As Naruto explains what happens that day and stuff like that, as basically, she's surprised hearing about, like, the Uchiha massacre and stuff like that. And, yeah, so she's thinking that, oh, he was the one that massacred that Uchiha. As he explains that, no, it was that friend of mine who did it. He had to do it off of orders, so, yeah. As she says, oh, okay then. So, yeah, they got that settled then. As Gaara, he knocks on the door and says, Tamari, is he awake? As Tamari says, yeah, you can come in. As Gaara walks in, seeing Naruto just sit there on the bed, on a table, just drinking tea. As he says, hey there, how are you? As Naruto says, I'm fine. Thanks for saving me. As Gaara says, no problem, since he's more chill in this. So, yeah, the whole thing with him having, like, kill people and stuff like that, it doesn't work. So, like, him getting bullied for being a demon and stuff like that doesn't work since he can actually control it. So, yeah. So, he's more calm, he's more friendly towards people. So, he says, can you explain to me what happened? As he says, sure, but Tamari says, I don't think that should happen. He seems to feel really uncomfortable every time he says it, so I'll tell it to you guys on my free time. As Gaara nods and says, alright. As he says, well, come on, let's go eat. Oh, right, before that, what's your name? As Naruto says his name is Naruto. As Gaara says, what's your last name? As Naruto says, I'd rather not talk about that last name. As Gaara understands and says, alright. As basically, they give Naruto clothes. Not this clothes, but, like, some regular clothes, as, like, to get the golden plated thing, the golden plated armor that he has, and the, staff, he has to earn a lot of money, so, you get the gist, right? Yeah, he'll be having to earn a lot of money. So he does that, and Naruto's already a chunin, so Gaara already knows that, and stuff like that, so Naruto, he already removed the, like, headband and stuff like that. So, yeah, he threw it away while he was running, so, not like running from after, like, the whole Itachi incident, but, like, the whole, happy birthday to you incident. So, yeah, so, he threw it away. So, he does that, and basically, they talk about what happened and stuff like that. Gaara's dad still doesn't eat with Gaara, because, well, he hates Gaara. Until this nigga finally dies 2 years later, and Gaara becomes, I think it's Kage. It's Kaze Kage. No, not Kaze Kage. You see, I'm slow. I just know Kage. I know Hokage, Kaze Kage, Mizu Kage. Yeah, and Kage. So yeah. So Naruto, he's been training for these 2 years. He trains his chakra first. Because he noticed that his chakra pool is kind of small, so he needs to understand. So, what he does is, he activates the Mangekyo, which he trained his chakra pool. Now, this is kind of a broken skill. It's kind of broken. Since, normally, it would take a lot of chakra from Naruto. But, he's rapidly replenishing chakra since he's charging up his chakra to increase his mana pool. So, Naruto's mana pool is quite big at the end of the 2 years. It's kind of as big as the Ten Tails at this point. Yeah, it's as big as the mana pool of the chakra pool of the Ten Tails. So Naruto, he masters the Ten Tails, and no, not the Ten Tails, the chakra. As he says, all right, I guess it's time for me to do training. As Naruto, he starts off with the basic push-ups, sit-ups, and stuff like that. and pull-ups. So Naruto, he made his own training field. All right, he personally chopped the wood and stuff like that. And yeah, so Naruto, after training his chakra, Naruto, he doesn't do like basic like oh shit jutsus and stuff like that. No. Naruto, he uses the chakra in a different way. Chakra can be used in many different ways. Actually, he actually figured out this way of training when one time ninjas from the Cloud Village actually visited, as he saw them fighting and stuff like that. He was like, "Oh, what are they doing?" As he asked them, and they explained that he can use chakra to enhance his body and make himself stronger. So he did that. So Naruto, he trained his body. So Naruto's 15 now. Alright then, that's good. Naruto, he's 15 now. He trains and stuff like that. He trained. And yeah. So for them 2 years, Naruto trained the technique and he hardened his body so it was easier to chop off the wood and stuff like that. And he can like he can manifest things with his chakra, like weapons and stuff like that. So he created equipment out of his chakra so he can train his chakra while training himself. So Naruto is pretty strong. At this time he's able to one shot at least like Minato, like a Minato level like ninja. So he's trained a lot. Like a lot. He could probably take out the Kazekage. So yeah, he trained it a lot. And so after that, Naruto, they're eating one day. Gaara, Kankuro, Naruto, as Naruto brings up the fact that he'll be traveling for 5 years. Well, he'll be going to the Sky Temple for 5 years. As basically Tamari spits out her food and says, "No! Why would you do that? Isn't it dangerous there?" As Naruto says, "It's fine, Tamari. I just need to do training." As she's basically complaining and stuff like that, saying this and that. As Gaara says, Tamari, calm down. Calm down. Let it happen. Let him go. If anything happens, I trust he'll come back. He'll come back himself." Naruto nods. Now, over those 2 years, Naruto has gotten a lot of money, but he hasn't spent it on other things than like groceries and stuff like that. So yeah, so Naruto got it. As Gaara says, well, you'll be needing to get equipment. As Naruto says, yeah. Now Naruto, he got chakra natures, like the wind chakra nature, the stone chakra nature, and so yeah, the light chakra nature, the darkness chakra nature. So he trains the darkness chakra nature at night, the light chakra nature at day, the stone chakra nature, well, at any time, and the wind chakra nature any time as well. So then he learned the fire chakra nature from Itachi and stuff like that. So yeah. So Naruto got the wood chakra nature too, but he doesn't use it often. It's strong, but he doesn't use it often. As Naruto, he notices that one of the wooden jutsus that, well, it was actually the jutsu that the first Hokage used against Madara, the one with the 1,000 hands. He noticed that, well, anytime he sees a sky village make this kind of aura around them, it kind of looks like the same thing. As he thinks, maybe that's why. So he decided to go. And Naruto, he bought this armor before he left. As they saw him, as Tamari, she blushed, seeing this man's abs and stuff like that. As Naruto says, well, I'll be off now. As Naruto, he has a hood with that cape. As he wraps himself with it, and he just walks until he gets to, well, the village hidden in the clouds. Like, it was really hard for him. Naruto had to make a contract with, well, an eagle. As he made the contract with the eagle, Naruto, he went to the Sky Village. He went to the Sky Village as Reikage says, "What are you doing here?" As Naruto says, "Well, I came here to learn what you guys do." As he says, "Exactly what? Lightning style?" As Naruto says, "No, the monk things." As Reikage says, "Oh, that. Sure, whatever." as he invites Naruto in as Naruto goes inside, and yeah. So we skip to 5 years later. Naruto has done a lot of big things. He's gotten stronger, much stronger to be exact, and he's been using his chakra in many different ways. He unlocked the yin yang, he unlocked every chakra nature, every release, and stuff like that. So Naruto's gotten really stronger. So Naruto, he does that, and Naruto, while he was training, he's been making a lot of breakthroughs in his training, making a lot of strong things. He's been able to reinforce himself and stuff like that, and he unlocked his Rinnegan unconsciously when the Sky Village was attacked 2 times, by the Akatsuki to get Killer Bee. Now, those 2 times Naruto activated the Rinnegan, so he permanently has the Rinnegan now. Rinnegan still has the abilities of these 2 eyes in it. So, yeah, it still has the abilities of these 2 eyes. So yeah, it's just much stronger. So Naruto, his progress is now 10,000 times, and he can see like 10 times better. Well, not 10 times better, more like 100 times better. So yeah, so he stuck with the Rinnegan, and while he was training, he the spell, a yin yang spell to be exact. And this spell is always around Naruto. Now, each of the ends have something on them. Hold on. Okie dokie, so every end of the spell, Naruto, he has this flame on it. Yeah, so he has this on every end. Hold on. So in every end, north, east, south, west, whatever it is. But, so, well, it's mostly on the top 3. It's always around Naruto. It's mostly on the top 3. So, there's one at the top, one in this corner, and one in this one. And on the bottom, there isn't one, nor is there any on the other side. So it's mostly on the top 3. Now, also, Naruto, he used his yin and yang chakra and other chakras. He mostly used his yin and yang chakra to make this orb, this chakra orb, and it's kind of like the truth-seeking orbs. He doesn't know anything about the truth-seeking orbs. He just knows that, well, they could be orbs. That he's only heard of the Sage's 6 Paths. Like, he's only heard about, like, once or twice about him. Not much. He just knows about, like, orbs that are always flying around him. These black orbs. He doesn't know what they are. It's just that, like, they're filled with chakra. Naruto, he tried to replicate them, but he kind of made them even better. He used his yin and yang chakra to, well, make orbs. This orb, to be precise. And here are the measurements of the orb. And he put a bubble around it, or this protective layer out of his chakra, all of his chakra natures, and his subs. So yeah, it's kind of dangerous. So he does that, and he uses it to gather up chakra around him to so it trains his chakra and stuff like that. And Naruto can create weapons out of it as well. To which Naruto, he doesn't really use it that much. He only uses it to gather chakra to create like jutsus and stuff like that. Now, Naruto, he's been training for 5 years and stuff like that, as Naruto finally decides to, well, go back to Marigara and stuff like that, miss him. So Naruto, he's currently 20 now. 20. Alright, 20. Naruto is currently 20. Naruto is currently 20. Yeah, I'm pushing a lot of things in Naruto forward. So, yeah. Naruto still hasn't met Killer Bee or anything like that. And basically, let's get back to Konoha. So, the third still dies. Minato's still alive. He's in another country with his kids on vacation when it died. So, they needed another Hokage, which Tsunade happened to be there. So, shit, they took Tsunade and stuff like that. So, yeah. So Naruto is about above Kage level 2, so. So Naruto creates jutsus of his own. Well, not really jutsus, but weapons of his own. Actually, that staff in his hand is actually chakra infused. It's infused with many chakras. Earth, wind, wood, fire, and stuff like that. So he mostly uses the wood and earth style. So yeah. So Naruto, he does that, and yeah, so he understands how to use it and stuff like that. So he doesn't need the beads, the monk beads, the prayer beads. He doesn't need them. So yeah, so he does that. And Naruto, he's gotten really stronger. He's above Kage level, as Naruto decides to, well, go back. And he wears weights as well. He wears weights. Like, you see the metal plates on his arms, those are weights. The armor, the sandals, yeah, they're weights. They're weighed. He puts weights in them. He actually infused them with gravity chakra. And he put weights in them. So, currently, the amount of weight that's on Naruto is currently 10,000 pounds. So Naruto has to increase the weight like every 2 hours. So since, well, although his progress rate is 1000%, and he has 10 times progress. So Naruto, he does that, and he decides to go back to the village. Now over this time, Naruto has unlocked his Susano. Naruto has improved on the Susano. A lot, actually. So the whole wings with the Susano, yeah, Naruto, it still has the wings, but not really at the same time. It doesn't need the wings to fly. Naruto can make it fly perfectly fine. Naruto Susano looks like this. I don't know where it came from, I just like the art. We're not going to talk about if I know where it comes from. So yeah, I saw a different picture. Should I download that picture? Yes, I should. So yeah, Naruto Susano looks like this, and you may be wondering, how did Naruto Susano get like that? Well, the green parts in it is actually wood chakra. He put wood chakra and poison chakra into. He got the idea of poison chakra from poisonous plants and poisonous gases. So he did that, and yeah. The black lightning bolt you see is basically lightning and shadow magic. So, where will Naruto be standing when he's inside the Susano? In that part, that middle diamond. Sure, to us it looks like just a regular middle piece, but to Naruto, it's kind of like a protection barrier, and plus he can see everything from the outside, but anyone from the outside can't see what's inside. So yeah, so he controls it well. So Naruto, he decides to go back. He goes back to the Sand Village, and he says, "Oh, sure, it's good to be back." As basically this time, Tamari was coming back from the mission, and she sees Naruto's hair. Naruto's hair is longer now, like longer. It's up to his back, like halfway across his back. It's not like really down like Madara hair, like kind of like halfway there, like half the size of Madara and Hashirama's hair. As she says, Naruto? As Naruto turns around and sees this, but with the fan on her back. I'm not a pervert, I just like the art style, alright? Calm down. Alright? Calm down. Let's not do something irrational here and start blaming Lotus for being a pervert. I'm not a pervert. Alright? So, basically, he sees this and he says, "Oh, Tamari, hey," with a big ass smile. As Tamari, she starts crying a little bit and runs to Naruto and hugs him, and she says, "You've been gone for 5 years." As Naruto says, "Well, I said I was going to be gone for 5 years, right?" And she's crying even harder. And she says, "Well, come on, let's go." As basically, they run to the Kage office. Tsugara, yay. As Gaara, he sees Naruto and he says, "Oh, you're back. Can we at least see how strong you are?" Naruto says, "You can, but we'll need a wide open space." And I think that's where I'm going to be leaving it off. No, I'm not. Due to the amount of mistakes I made in this, I thought that it was going to be at least. Now we're long. And we skip to the Konoha group. This one, Sasuke actually stayed. Because he found Itachi's dead body. So nothing's driving him to go kill Itachi. Itachi's dead. But he's noticed that Itachi's eyes are gone, so he's going to retrieve them. But he doesn't know who has them. So he doesn't have to worry about that for now. So he goes, and yeah. So Sasuke, he's training and 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 stuff. So yeah. Alright, that's enough with the Konoha group. So, like, nobody remembers Naruto. Nobody. They just remember Naruto's siblings and Kushina and Kaka and stuff like that. They're saying, oh, he's a prodigy and stuff like that. Now we skip to Kakashi's thoughts. If I remember correctly, how long has it been since the boy left? And he's talking about Naruto. As Kakashi's thinking to himself, when he left, I think he was around 13. It's been 5 years, about now. It's been 8 years, about now he should be 20. No! It's been 7 years, around now he should be 20. Ugh. So yeah. So he says, I wonder how he's grown. So, Sasuke looks like how he looked inside the last, so does Sakura. So basically everybody looks like how they were in the last, and this one Naruto's not going to be a part of the last, so it's actually going to be like Sasuke going to save Hinata. He's not in love with Hinata, he just has to go save her because she's the heir of the heir of the Hyuga clan, so he was like, alright, fuckity ducky. So he goes, saves her, and stuff like that. But Naruto, he knows about like the whole palace on the moon. He was like, alright, fuck it, let me go explore. And Naruto explains to Tamari and stuff like that he's gonna go for a little bit, like about a month, to go explore the whole Sky Palace. And like Gaara's a little self-conscious after seeing Naruto. Like he's kind of contemplating whether he should let Naruto go or not, since he saw Naruto's power and how strong he's like, shit. Should I let him go or should I not? It's kind of scary the things that he could do. Oh, fuck it, we're gonna go. So they did that. Now, no. Kinato went. Yes, Kinato went this time. Kinato is significantly weaker than Naruto is in the anime. So, yeah. And Kurama doesn't like Kinato at all. Or, Kushi. So, he's not letting go of that hatred or anything like that. So, yeah. He still hates humans with a passion. So, Naruto, he goes. He's like, alrighty then. Time to explore. His hair is down. Like I said, his hair is longer. He didn't want to cut his hair, so he was like, alright, then let's go. So he just went to the Sky Castle. The castle that's on the moon, basically. How he got to the moon? That's very simple. He put zero gravity on his body and propelled himself with air force. So, yeah, he's on the moon now. As he uses space chakra around him, as he makes it so that he can breathe, he uses some air around him. So, yeah, he does that, and he's like, okay, dokie. So, Naruto, like, will the whole war with Madara happen, the Fourth Ninja War? Yeah, it will happen. But will I do it now? Nah, I'm not doing it now. Because I'm going to need Madara to be much stronger. So Naruto goes to the Sky Castle, and he says, okay, this is normal. This is kind of boring. But okie dokie. So Naruto, he does that. He goes, and he sees everything that's happening. Naruto's been following, like, Sasuke and friends from behind without being noticed at all. Their sensory abilities are really weak compared to Naruto. Naruto, he's been in Sasuke's shadow the whole time. Sasuke can't sense him. Naruto's been looking around like, this is nice. So when Sasuke and friends go to sleep, Naruto, he gets out, he's like, that's crazy. Now, while they were asleep, Naruto was looking around. Menma woke up and he said, hey, you. As he rubbed his eyes again and he looked again, he saw nothing there because Naruto turned into a shadow and went back into Sasuke's thing. As Sasuke says, Menma, what's wrong? So Menma says, nothing. I just thought I saw something. Sorry about that. You can go back to sleep. Sasuke says, whatever, dope. So, yeah. So that happened. So Sasuke never learned about the truth. So Danzo's still alive and shit. Just stuff like that. So yeah, Danzo's been trying to get the opportunity to get Sasuke's ass, but he never got the opportunity. So yeah. Okie dokie then. So the whole fight happens, and basically, I forgot the nigga's name with the Tenseigan, but I'm gonna just call him Tenseigan guy. Tenseigan guy wipes the floor with everybody in the movie, including Sasuke. I know, right? That's crazy. At that time, Sasuke was able to take out a whole meteor. No, he didn't. He took half a meteor on and won. All right, not a whole meteor, but half of it. So we're not gonna talk about that. He took on half a meteor, not a full meteor. Tenseigan guy pulled a whole meteor on Sasuke. Sasuke couldn't take it all out, so he got attacked. He's not dead, but he's just out cold with friends. Naruto, he decides to step out of Sasuke's shadow. He was like, damn, I never knew the nice guy was this fire. Ha. As he looks and says, ooh, dang, he doesn't look so good. As basically, Menma is barely conscious. He's blinking in and out of consciousness. He's who's that? As he finally passes out, as Naruto says, well, I guess it's my time, right? Alright then. As Naruto, he pulls out the staff. Tenseigan guy tries to attack Naruto. Naruto slaps the living crap out of him with the whole staff, sending him flying. As basically, Naruto, he says, it's not good to attack people when they're not even attacking you. So I'm gonna repay your kindness of attacking me with even more kindness, as he proceeds to whack him with the staff. Just continues to whack him. Whack him. So yeah, he hasn't Tenseigan guy hasn't activated the Tenseigan cloak yet, so the whole cloak with the Tenseigan, he just has the eyes out. He didn't even activate the cloak, so then he decides to activate the cloak, and he pushes Naruto back a little bit. He doesn't have like the orbs. He just has the cloak on. He pushes Naruto back a little bit. Yeah, I'm changing a lot of things. Like I said, logic of Naruto has been turned upside down by me, Lotus What Ifs. So basically, he's attacking Naruto just wildly. Naruto, he has protective chakra on his body. He's solidified his chakra around him, and he's just taking these attacks. He's acting like it hurts. He's getting pushed back until Naruto, like after 1 hour of getting punched, he's like, alright then, I guess it's time. As Naruto, he wasn't having it. Naruto, he slaps the air, or what seemed to be the air, as he says, ha, you slapped the air. As Naruto points to his right, as he says, you should look that way before you start judging things. As he says, huh, that way would you? As he gets slapped by a golden hand. So Naruto says, yeah, you should know your place. As basically, Naruto, he slaps that nigga. Son got swatted. So, he got swatted into like that same wall and stuff like that. But this time, he got swatted to the floor. So basically, he tries to get up continuously, but Naruto just keeps swatting him on the floor, like swat, to the point that Naruto actually started turning him into a ball and just throwing him left and right from hand to hand. I know that's not a good way to use Buddha's palms, but still, such is life. I mean, I would have done the same thing. Swatted a nigga all around the world. Chapow. Fly for me. So that's basically how it works. So Naruto, he does that, and he beat him. Effortlessly. So the work is done. So Naruto beats him, and Naruto, like he saw so like basically the meteor was taken down by the Leaf Villages. Naruto writes on the village like it's done. As Naruto just jumps off into the sand village as he reaches there. He says, alright, I'm done exploring. As they said, what did you explore? Naruto says, well, I explored a lot of things. Actually, I kind of took one of the ideas from the owner of that moon palace. Well, he's dead now, but still, such is life. As basically they said, damn, he's dead now? That's kind of messed up. Naruto says, well, he had to die. He's a little too powerful. Well, for any one of you. Well, not for me, though. Yeah. So, Naruto, he decides to take the idea of the cloak. So yeah, this aura surrounds not Deku. Naruto's body, as Naruto condenses the aura, making it like skin tight, creating armor out of it. Well, creating an exact replica of the armor he has on, except for like the layer on the skin part is actually doubled and it's not as visible. It's kind of clear, transparent. So yeah, so Naruto took the idea and he noticed that it takes a huge amount of chakra. Naruto thinks, damn, I have to train my chakra again. So Naruto trains his chakra some more for a whole 5 months. So he's basically in seclusion for a whole 5 months. No one reaches him like Gaara, Tamari, Kankuro, or anyone like that. And yeah, so that's where I'm gonna be leaving it off in Naruto in that 5 month seclusion. So I know this was ass compared to the first one. I'll be honest with y'all. I thought it was ass as well because I couldn't think of anything. But I'll try planning it more better. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Lotus What Ifs. By my little star.